All right, so here we have Unit 6, Lesson 9, dealing with negative numbers, so solve each equation. So for A, I have 4x equals a negative 28. Split it down the center here. I'm doing the opposite of 4 times x, so I'm dividing both sides by 4. So that cancels. X would equal a negative divided by a positive is going to give me a negative, and 28 divided by 4 is 7. So x equals negative 7 there. All right, on B I have x minus a negative 6 equals negative 2. Well, you know how much we love subtracting our negatives, so I'm going to apply my strategy of keep, change to addition, do the opposite, so that'd be plus 6 equals negative 2. From here I can solve. Trying to get x all by itself, I have a positive 6, so I would subtract 6 from both sides. Bring down my x equals negative 2 minus 6. So I can rewrite that as negative 2 minus 6. Keep, change, opposite. So what I really have is negative 2 plus a negative 6. So that would give me negative 8. So x equals negative 8. For C, we have negative x plus 4 equals negative 9. Split it to equal sides. Plus 4, opposite would be to minus 4. So I have negative x equals negative 9 minus 4. Keep, change, opposite. So I have negative 9 plus negative 4. So that would be negative 13. And since I can't have a negative variable, I could times both sides by negative 1 and change it, or I'm just going to do its opposite, change that to a positive. If I change that to a positive, that becomes a positive. So here x would equal 13 because it already has that negative sign in front. Okay. All right, let's see. D. Negative 3x plus 7 equals 1. Splitting at the equal sign, need to subtract both sides. Minus 7, those cancel. I still have my negative 3x, and I have 1 minus 7. Keep, change, opposite. So bigger absolute value is my negative, and 7 minus 1 is 6, so that's negative 6. All right, dividing both sides by negative 3, those are gone. X equals negative 6 divided by negative 3 makes it a positive, and that would be a positive 2. So here x would equal 2. All right, and then E, I have 25x plus negative 11 equals negative 86. Split down the center. Opposite of negative 11 is to add 11 to both sides. So I have 25x equals, rewrite this, negative 86 plus 11. I know my answer is going to be negative, and I'm taking 86 minus 11, which would be 75. So I'm dividing both sides by 25. Negative 75 divided by 25 is going to give me a negative, and 25 goes into 75 3 times. So x would equal negative 3. Okay, number 2. Here's an equation of 2x plus 9 equals negative 15. Write 3 different equations that have the same solution as 2x plus 9 equals negative 15. Sure, explain how you found them. So the first thing I need to do is figure out what is the solution for x in this equation. So 2x plus 9 equals negative 15. Split 2 sides. I'm subtracting 9 from both sides. That cancels. I have 2x. So here I have negative 15 minus 9. Keep, change, opposite. So I'm going further left on the number line. So I know that's going to be a negative, and that'd be a negative 24. Divide both sides by 2. Negative divided by a positive gives me a negative. 2 goes into 24 12 times. So x equals negative 12. So then from there, I would create various equations where negative 12 would be my solution for my variable. So let's see, I can do 3x minus 4 equals, and here's where I'm just going to solve it here. So we have 3 times my negative 12, it's negative 36 minus 4, so that would be equal negative 40. So you see how I'm just kind of working through the steps here. Let's see, I want to do 2 times, well, I guess I can use x for all these because x has the same amount. 2 times x plus 7 equals, so we have negative 12 plus 7, and then times 2 be negative 10. And let's do an 8 plus x equals, so I'm taking 8 plus negative 12, negative 4. So I just created 3 different equations where x had the same solution, that was negative 12. All right, number 3, select all the equations that match the diagram. So I can see that I have 3 sections here of x plus 5, and the total equals 18. I could also say I have 3x plus 15 equals 18. So let's see if any of those match here. X plus 5 was 18. Well, that's only one of them, and I know I have 3, so that's not going to work. 18 divided by 3 equals x plus 5. Well, that makes sense because I have 3 sections here, and I would have to divide 18, or that solution anyway, so B would be a choice. 3 times x plus 5 equals 18. That's one of the ones I wrote there. X plus 5 equals a third times 18. Well, these are split into thirds, so that would make sense. 3x plus 5 equals 18. That doesn't make any sense because looky here, I would have 15 of them, not 5, so must be B, C, and D. Okay, match each story to an equation. So a stack of nested paper clips is 8 inches tall. The first cup is 4 inches tall, and each of the rest of the cups of the stack adds a 1/4 inch to the height of the stack. So it looks like I have a positive 1/4. Each of those have a positive 1/4 with them. It is a stack of nested paper 8 inches tall. 8 inches is my total, so that could be 1 or 2 here. The first cup is 4 inches tall. Well, that tells me a height. This tells me a height. This tells me I'm multiplying by something. And each of the rest of the cups in the stack. So I don't know the number of the rest of the cups, so that's my unknown. So A would match with 2. So I have my 4 inches tall cup. Then I add a 1/4 to the rest of the cups, and I don't know how many cups I have, and the total equals 8. Okay, B, a baker uses 4 cups of flour. She uses a 1/4 cup to flour the counters, and the rest to make 8 identical muffins. Okay, so she has 4 cups of flour. That is her total. And this is the only one I see that has a total of 4. She uses a 1/4 cup of flour to flour the counters. So that could be this right here. So she put a 1/4 on the counters. And she used the rest to make 8 identical muffins. So here's my 8 muffins, but I don't know how many cups of flour for those. So B would match with 3. C, Elena has an 8-foot piece of ribbon. She cuts off a piece that is a 1/4 of a foot long and cuts the remainder into 4 pieces of equal length. So my total is 8. She cut off a 1/4 here, and she cut 4 pieces, and I don't know their length. So 1 would match with C. 5, there are 88 seats in a theater. The seating in the theater is split into 4 identical sections. Each section has 14 red seats and some blue seats. So I already know I have 4 identical sections. I have to draw a tape diagram to match the situation. So 1, 2, 3, oh sorry, kind of got bigger, 4. Each section has 14 red seats, so each one has 14. and some blue seats, and I don't know how many blue seats that is, so I will represent that with a variable. We'll use X. And it tells me a total is 88 seats, so this total is 88. So that's what my tape diagram would look like. What unknown amounts can be found by using the diagram or reasoning about the situation? Well, the unknown amount I can find is the number of blue seats. So let's go ahead and find that. So what I have here is I have 4 sections of 14 plus X, and that total equals 88. So using the distributive property, I'm going to take 4 times 14 and 4 times X. So 4 times 14 is 56, plus 4 times X is 4X, equals 88. All right, splitting it into 2 sides here, I would subtract 56 from both sides. Leaves me with that 4X, and 88 minus 56 gives me 32. I would divide both sides by 4. X is going to equal 8. So that tells me that there are 8 blue seats in each section. I could also say that the total number of seats there, if I added 14 plus 8, would give me 22. So there's 22 seats in each section, just in general, no matter what, red or blue. I could also do the total here. How many total red do we have? So 14 times 4 is 56, so there's 56 red seats. And 8 times 4, there are 32 blue seats. Okay, so those are the unknown amounts I can find, and I found those amounts. So please let me know if you have questions.